Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in today. In this video we're going to go over a few specifics on what the truck is capable of, kind of a few specifics of it, how much it weighs, that kind of stuff. We'll go through some compartments, show you what all we carry on some of the fire trucks, what some of the uses are. One of the main reasons why fire trucks are so big is we need to carry a lot of supplies to fix whatever we need to fix when we get on the fire scene. So to kind of start with, the overall truck weighs about 76,000 pounds. That equals about 15 of your parents' cars or pickups. So this weighs about what 15 normal cars or pickups weigh in one vehicle. It holds 6 firefighters. This particular truck has a ladder that will go up 100 feet in the air. We're capable of carrying 1,000 pounds up in the ladder up there if we want to carry some firefighters up there to do any tasks or work they have to do. This fire truck is capable of pumping water at 1,500 gallons per minute. That would fill your average bathtub at home in about 1.8 seconds, or just less than 2 seconds. If the Stewartville swimming pool was completely empty, we could fill the Stewartville swimming pool in about 2 to 2.5 hours. Sometimes it takes the city workers up to a week to do it, but we could do it in about 2.5 hours if we had to. So it's just kind of an amazing thing that what a fire truck can do, give you an idea of how much water it can pump. We're going to kind of show you an overview of the compartments, what we store and what we have on the truck to respond to emergencies as they arise. So we'll start up here. This is the main control panel for the fire pump to pump water. Water will come in here. Water will go out in numerous different places. The one most obvious place it goes out, this is one of our firefighting hoses here. This yellow hose is about 250 feet long. Once the water's to the hose, you open and close the lever to put the water out, just like you would at a home garden hose, but it just flows in a lot more water and a lot more pressure. So that's kind of what this compartment is all here about. Like I say, it's just to flow the water to all the right spots in the fire truck that need it so they can put the fire out wherever the fire might be at. So we'll move on back here to some of the compartments. People wonder why sometimes trucks are so big. Mostly so we can carry all the tools and stuff we need. In this compartment, we have a lot of different adapters and nozzles so we can connect all our hoses appropriately. So if we have any different sizes hoses or need to add or subtract lengths, we can do that. We have some wrenches in here that will open and close the fire hydrants so we can get water to the truck as we need to. So this one is mostly tools and adapters for fire hydrants and water hoses. We'll keep moving back here. This compartment is mostly for what we call medical supplies. Even though we are responding to fire calls, sometimes we have an emergency medical situation that we have to help somebody with. So we have oxygen and all kinds of medical supplies here to help save a person's life if they need to. So all that stuff is important stuff there, obviously. Some of these compartments here, we have spare air tanks. Sometimes in a smoky building, the air is not safe to breathe, so we have to use air out of these tanks. These are clean air here. So we have spare tanks in case we have a lot of firefighting to do inside. The firefighters can breathe clean air. We got quite a few of them extra tanks around the truck. And we'll keep moving back. Couple fire extinguishers here. Believe it or not, a lot of fires can be put out with fire extinguishers without even having to use any water. An important thing to remember is ask your parents where the fire extinguishers are at in the house. If you don't have any, ask them if they can get some, and just make sure you know where the fire extinguishers are at. A lot of times we can put a lot of fires out with just these fire extinguishers that you can have at home and help save your house from burning down at some time also. Last compartment back here, main thing in here is a chainsaw. The fire department sometimes do a lot of different things besides just put fire out. One common thing we'll use a chainsaw for is if a bad storm or a tornado comes through the area and trees are laying down on roadways or on houses, sometimes we've got to use a chainsaw to cut the trees away to get them off the roads, to get them off the houses. Another reason we can use a chainsaw sometimes is to cut a hole into a roof or into your house to gain access or to let air out of the roof or that kind of stuff. So chainsaws can be used for a lot of different things. We'll keep moving around to the back of the truck here. Back here we have a lot of different lengths of ladders. Up on top we have, of course, the 105-foot tall ladder, but not always do you need something that long. So we got different ladders that range anywhere here from probably 6 feet up to 35 or 40 feet, depending on how high you need to go. And back to the other side over here. We have a Jaws of Life here. Most people have seen that in a thing or two. We got a pump here with some tools here. If you're ever stuck in a car, get in a car accident, and you can't get the door open, sometimes we've got some tools in here that will cut the car apart and allow you to get out of the car or have us get you out of the car safely. Like I say, if the door is, jarred shut or something like that. So those are neat tools to use. As we keep going towards the front here, a lot of lights in this compartment here. Obviously not all fires happen in the daylight, so sometimes we need lights to see where the fire is at and to walk around safely. So we got a whole bunch of battery operated lights here that will light up the fire scene so we can work more safely. And we keep coming around to the front here. The main thing in here that we probably use a lot of is a fan. After a fire, sometimes there's a lot of smoke in a house or a building, and we'll use that fan to get the smoke out of the building so it clears it off so the air is safe to breathe, and hopefully the people can go back into the house without too much damage. So this is since this is a new fire truck to the Stewartville Fire Department, we're hoping in the spring of 2021 to have the fire department open house where people can come down and check out this truck in person, answer any more specific questions you have about it, sit in the seats, blow the air horn, and have a little fun and see the truck in person. So hope to see you all in the spring of 2021.